She's a trooper. Look at her.
She's the most adventurous child that you're ever going to meet. She fears nothing.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious. You want to get in it?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to episode 42 of Two Peas in a Podcast. As usual, the other P will get in here shortly. Today is going to be a fun episode. It's going to be fun but informative. And I try to bring to you guys, or we try to bring to you guys on Mondays. Always is going to be that reptile conversation, but it's always going to be something from a subject matter from the prior week, and then of course the usual shenanigans, as we say. Definitely have become my favorite of the two podcasts. I think having the morning energy, there's less distractions in the mornings, and because it's me and Dre, it's like boom, guaranteed, it's magical, not a lot of prep. It's just sometimes, we have to talk before the subject, just kind of see where each other's heads at. And then you guys just literally are so activated in the morning because I guess you're up and about. So, good morning, Stan. Stan says, good morning, Dre. He's probably in the chat somewhere too. Good morning, Don D. Shout out to Don D. Don D did a very good podcast with me on Saturday. Him and my cousin joined me for celebration of the ending of Gay Pride Month. Although, according to Jeremy, since he saw two rainbows, Pride goes into another month. So you are now in the month of a second month of Pride in July, according to Brass Man. So we're going to support your brother. Pride goes another 30 days. Jeremy on the roof. Good morning to my brother Keys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Eric B. Good morning, Monkey. Monkey, where you been? I hope you okay. Hope they ain't working you too much. Good morning, Kent. Kent, are you going to be there Saturday? I know you. Oh, no, it wasn't you. You should be there. I think Matt was iffy with my bacon. But good to see everybody who's going to be at Jeremy's this weekend, and hopefully, bro, you can make it. And bro, if you don't have a ride, let me know, because what I can do is I can loop to Jersey first and then loop back around to Jeremy's. It'll be a trip, but I'll do it for you if you really want to make it. And if you don't have, I know you flying in, and so if you can't get from where you are to Jeremy's and you really want to be there, just let me know. I'll just leave home early, shoot to Jersey, scoop you up, and then we head over to Jeremy's. That's nothing. Hey Christina, good morning. Good morning. Oh, KT on time. Go KT. Good morning, Sid. That's dope. I can watch you on Facebook as well. So it was always like that in the beginning, sis. What happened was at one point, StreamYard would not allow you to see the comments that was on Facebook. So it was confusing people. People were talking to us on Facebook, but we wasn't responding. And so I stopped streaming on Facebook. But then when StreamYard fixed that, where I can see the comments that y'all making, absolutely. I started running it back to Facebook, because my thing is that we do podcasts for the people. It's not necessarily for us. Like, we can talk to ourselves all day. So when people are in the comments and they like we couldn't respond, I couldn't see it, and some people wouldn't hear the message in the beginning saying that if you're on Facebook, I can't hear or see you. So we stopped doing both. But now that it's fixed, we do both again. Because if you commented from Facebook now, I can now see it and it tells me it was from Facebook, which is pretty cool. So I've always streamed on Facebook and Twitter. Twitter also doesn't show us comments from Twitter, but Facebook does, and that just is cool because a lot of people watch on Facebook. It always have, like, you don't see it here, but you see it now, but you didn't see it before where people were actually watching from Facebook. So pretty cool. Pretty sure I'm going to make it to PA, says, now that I know you'll be there. Oh, yeah. Yep. And I've been to the last 2 PA cookouts, and they are a blast. It's worth the drive. It's really good, fun, laid back, good food, cut up. You're going to laugh the entire time. That damn Danny is our pet. From the beginning to the end, shit's going down, and you don't know what shit's going to be. So it's a lot of fun. Definitely worth the drive. I'm trying to get, maybe if you come, maybe I can finally get Slim to go to one. Because Michael went with me to the very last one, but the one at Jeremy's, I'm hoping Slim will go because if I'm tired, I want to stay. Although last time I drove back listening to Meek Mill the whole time, it kept me energized. Oh, awesome. That's good to know. Pike, good morning. Hell yeah, turn up. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be pretty dope to have you there. Like I said, if you can't make it, I'll scoop you up. It ain't nothing to drive Jersey and swing that thing back around. You know, your girl gets tickets for life. Retakes overhaul. Mel did Picasso last night. Ew! If y'all don't know what that means. And then the funniest thing, your retake is probably over there in the corner like, clean that. You see that shit? I know what you mean. So I always said if I ever did, first of all, I'm always flexing my track. Y'all know that. Like, but if I ever did an official flex your track, I would start in the morning because I would want people to see really what it could be like waking up. The ball pythons won't be the ones, but the retics would definitely, or the berms, leave you something to show the people, leave you something to flex. So if I ever did it, I said definitely it's going to be. Oh, okay. Already got the rental reserve. Okay, yay! I'm definitely going to tell Slim. Slim Keys is all the way up here. You definitely got to come to PA for this one. Dope, bro. I'm excited. All right, guys. So, first of all, I want to start off with saying, if you did not watch the Spirit Animal podcast last night, it was actually one of my funnest podcasts to do because he tapped into stuff, you know, yes, it was reptile stuff, but it was deep stuff that I normally don't have to talk about with other people in the reptile community because it kind of went into your whole spirit animal type of thing, and it led you to talk about things from your past. Like I shared last night, and if any of you don't know, before my career of property management, I went to college for mortuary science. I did bodies. I ran a funeral home at night. My shift, I chose the night shift at my very first funeral home because I liked the peace of it. Everybody was gone, so I would do all of the billing and setting up all of the funerals and burials for the next day. I would do embalming by myself at night because it was quiet, and I prefer to embalm because to me it was always, really like. The deceased person, although deceased, it was like a moment. So I get to play the spiritual music and stuff like that while I embalmed and things like that. And I did that since I started working in a funeral home when I was 14 because of my trade in high school. I went to the Hopkins Dunbar program. I was in the A course, which is a health profession course. And in that course, I chose mortuary science. Some of my friends are nurses. Some of my friends are doctors. A lot of us branched out from that Hopkins Dunbar program. So shout out to Dr. Heyman, who saw the future in Little Black Children in Medicine and made it happen at Dunbar Senior High School. Poets Rock PTO3. I got to talk about that, and I don't think I've ever talked about that like openly because I never had to. No one ever asked about my past like that, so it's pretty dope. So check it out, Jorge Flores, the Spirit Animal Podcast. I really enjoyed that one. And if you didn't hear, Reptiles and Cocktails going forward, it's going to be pre-recorded. So this one will always be live. But going forward, Reptiles and Cocktails will be pre-recorded. It gives me opportunity to do many things. Saturday is normally the eventful times around here. So it gets me to commit to things that people have asked me to do, such as birthday parties, photo shoots, and things like that on Saturday. For a long time, I did not and could not commit because I didn't like to go out in the morning, have to rush back home for this, or vice versa. And it also gives me an opportunity to interview people where that 1:00 p.m. slot wasn't necessarily advantageous for them or myself to do at 1, and scheduling out. I can actually pre-record for that show and put out that content as well. So I'm super excited about that. And then of course I will be doing at least one show in the DMV area going forward to continue to, polish my professionalism on the show presentation, and of course to market the animals on another level as well locally. So I'm really excited about that transition. So with that being said, some of you who could never be interviewed before may get interviewed now because of your time schedule. We can record it at any time and then release it at 1:00 p.m. on Saturday. So I'm excited about that. And then this one will always be a live recording. All right. So I want to go into what time is it? Before we go into the topic, I want to do our quick prayer for Brian Barchak. First of all, shout out to Brian. He was honored recently in Michigan. If you didn't see that, check that out. It's amazing the level of, no, it's not, it's him. To see him continue to live daily. And that's part of my message today. What life looks like for you. If God called you home today and you look back on your life, what does that look like for you? Right? And I'm going to share a message from my dad on that when my dad was passing. And I'll talk about the way I live and the way I encourage some of you to live as well. Because those moments, it's no guarantee that you have another 20 years to do X, Y, and Z. Your body can be attacked by cancer. Your body can be attacked by the devil, that's out in our streets. It used to be if you didn't go certain places, you didn't get shot. If you didn't do certain things, you didn't get shot. Now you can be the little old lady going to the grocery store to buy milk and get shot. Like, life is so different from, how it used to be, where everything was set for a plan. And so I want to talk about making, short-term, long-term goals for your life, because you might not always get to the long-term. So what short-term things do you want to do that, if God forbid you left this earth today or tomorrow, what does living looks like for you? So let's do this. Again, whoever you pray to, if you don't pray, whatever, you don't have to take part in this segment. We just ask you just give us our moment of silence so we can pray for our brother Brian Barchak. Father God, we come to you yet another Monday with our brother Brian Barchak in our hearts and our minds. Lord, we ask that you continue to show fruitfulness in his life, even through his challenge. Lord, we ask that you help to keep him encouraged. Lord, we ask that you continue to keep the strength of his wife and his employees and his children to continue to help as much as they possibly can to make all of his dreams come true. And Lord, most importantly, we ask that you help him see himself on the other side of this battle. Let him be amongst that percentage that actually beats the crap out of this pancreatic cancer. We ask that you do this and all things. In your name we pray. Amen. All right. So Brian Bartek, for an example, one of the things I remember him saying as a wealthy man, because I want to talk about that too, that we should not be careful of diminishing the lives of people who are wealthy, because that also is allowed by the grace of God. So if someone is no longer a poor man, God says that we all should have riches in one way, shape, or form. Your rich may not be my rich. Like I always say in this ball python, this ball python thing to my husband. My husband talk about like, what is your goal? What does it look like on the other end of wealthy? When I was working, I was considered amongst the wealthy, but I didn't consider myself rich. We were very comfortable. And from a dollar and a tax bracket perspective, the IRS considered us wealthy because we was all right, you know. So when I say to my husband, I don't want to be an Aussie or Justin ball python rich. I don't need that, because that's not my level of riches that I desire. Don't get me wrong. If someone drop $1 million or $1 billion on my lap right now, I'll figure it out. But it's not my goal to be a billionaire or a millionaire. What I want is to be able to be comfortable like we have been, and throughout the rest of my life, comfortable, and still be able to do the magnificent things my grandkids will just come out and ask out the blue, or be there for my mom who's older now, who, you know, may want to desire to do something, take a trip, fix a car, or whatever. I want to be that kind of rich where I can continue to support my family and travel the world, which is something that, like, if it wasn't for these snakes, me and my husband are gone like 4 times a year to somewhere doing crazy shit. And I'm gonna talk about that. This is the first, well, not the first year, the first year that we literally kind of couldn't take long, because we don't go for 4 days. We would go for 8 to 10. And we had to stay because of all that's happening with the ball. But I have to. We could go, but for me, this was my first season of land, and this I wanted to see it through. This year, we can get back to our regular normal program later on in the year or in the beginning of next year. But this, while my animals were actually laying and having babies, I wanted to make sure that I was present. I didn't want to leave that burden on a Michael who wasn't experiencing that, or my nephew who normally keeps the animals. I wanted to make sure that I was here. So I want to talk about life and what that looks like. So I want everybody to just take a moment. If you die today or tomorrow, have you lived your best life? Right? And my dad died from cancer at the age of 52. And I remember being so upset that God was taking my dad at an age that was very seemingly young. You know, I was only 18. So my dad, at that particular point, was seemingly young to me. My father should have been able to see his grandchildren, which he was able to see one for a few months before he passed. Not mine. My sister had our first nephew when my dad was passing. And he said to us, to me specifically, because I was so upset and I'm fussing and I'm like, y'all just acting like this is okay. My daddy's dying and I'm going off in the hospital. And my father sat me on the side of the hospital bed and he said, look at me. Look at me. And I looked at my dad and he said, have I ever missed a beat? Did I not live my life? I did everything I wanted to do. From the cars I wanted, from the trips I wanted to take, from the family I wanted to see. And I can lay this down and say, I lived my very best life. And I remember looking at my dad, still angry at him that he was okay and content with the fact that he was dying and that he was leaving me. But I had to look at him and get the message. Good morning, Tim. And the message from my dad was, for me, I'm not dying. I was dead if I wasn't living. I lived my life. I'm passing on. And I say that because, y'all, I deleted so many people off my social media. Let me just tell you, you have a right to your opinion. But what I can't have in my life is people who applaud the death of others. I don't care who it is. Like, that energy right there is no way, shape, form in my space. And so I want to read back some of the stuff that I read, and I want y'all to hear in this pure moment what it sounds like. Oh, nobody cared about them rich people dying. Oh, you had $250,000 to risk your life? Who cares if they're down there? That was their dumb fault. They were stupid for going down there. My favorite one, Black people don't do that. Hell yeah, we do. You know how many submarines I've been on? Now, the last trip, I told my husband I would never do it again, but that was my choice. You know who would still get on a submarine? My husband. And he will get on that facet and go as far down as they want to go because he believes in like skydiving. I won't do it. I'll record. But I'm not going to stop him from doing it. And Lord behold, I find it amazing every time he does some of this stuff. Now, I'm the water girl. I will swim down 20 feet in the ocean. And I don't know if it's a shark in the bottom of that ocean waiting for me. I don't know that. But I love to do it. When I do it, I feel alive. If you ever swim down to the ocean and look up and see how the natural light start to fade away, or how you come back to it, and everything around you at that particular time, it's a moment. It is a moment to be able to be in that part of the earth with nature. It is a moment. Okay, Mikey, you agree, because I can tell you in Hawaii, if that's, if your lives are adventures from the day that you're born. In Jamaica, those children's lives are adventure from the day that they're born. In Puerto Rico, if you go to Puerto Rico right now, at 12 to 3 o'clock, you're going to see babies backflipping off of a bridge into waters that, as a tourist, they tell you not to get in, but that child know exactly when to hit that camera. They're raised to know when they can jump in that water. Adventurous. When it comes to money, I started traveling at a very young age to the islands. So by the time me and my husband started traveling, regular excursions are nothing, right? So now you got to do shit that's going to impress me. We will call our travel agent. What do you want to do? It was never, I want to get on the boat with 15 people and drive out to the reef and touch stingrays. No, it was more like, we want a private boat. We want to go to the farthest reef. It's just me and my husband, and we want a professional diver to take us down. You had to take classes to do it. You had to learn how to equalize, like all of that. Like this was a thing. And so we mastered it, and we got certified in it because we wanted to do it every time that we went on vacation somewhere. So when it comes to what we see, we want to go to the places that nobody else see, right? We want to do the things that are not normal. We desire that. And if that excursion, it wouldn't be $250,000 for us because we don't have it. But damn it, if we had it, we were fine at $250,000 excursion. We just don't have it to blow. Hello, we have seen people do some really good things. One of the most amazing things I ever did, we spent a lot of money to do that. It was an all-day trip. And it ended in the middle where part of it was going down into a cave in Mexico, rappelling down into it. And if you have a swim in the ocean or underwater cave, let's say, the pressure in an underwater cave is totally different, even if you're a great swimmer. You sign waivers all the time saying that death can be a result. Did it stop us from going? No. No one, was I going in there thinking I'm going to die? No. I followed all the precautions that they tell you to follow and prayed that we made it out. But damn it, we're going in. We're going in. We're rappling. We down there with divers and everything. And it takes some time to get out the cave. But we're going in. So I say this. When y'all say Black people don't do that, it's kind of like when people say Black people don't have reptiles. How does that make y'all feel when people say that? Or Black people shouldn't have reptiles. How does that make you feel? That is the same way that people like myself feel when people say you're stupid for if you've seen some of the crap that we've done in our lives. I have swam with bull sharks, okay? If you don't know what a bull shark is, I've swam with bull sharks. My husband will touch the belly of them, not me. Right? That's where my cutoff is. Not because I think he's crazy or he's stupid. That's the level of adventure he's on. That's what gets his vacation in. I'm not going to knock that. If he died, he used to always say this. When I was recording, he jumping out the air and stuff like that. Just call the insurance company because he's good with it. Some people are good with living life. And I will tell you this. If you die today or tomorrow and you haven't done something so adventurous that on the other side, I'm not going to say could be that, well, we all do it. Y'all all get on a plane with a pilot. You don't know. You don't know if he was mad with his wife that morning. You don't know if she was mad with her husband that morning. You don't know if his plan is to take that plane down when your little black ass get on it. You don't know that. You cannot put levels on in degrees of living on people's lives. And by God, please, because some of them were just pure envy. Everybody ain't not going to make that billionaire status. Everybody not going to make the millionaire status. But you can't knock people who have it. The same people who knock those people for spending $250,000 to go down in a submarine is the same people who would applaud Cardi B for buying her husband a $250,000 car. Now, you want me to tell you what's the dumb thing? You invested in a thing. This person invested in living. They've done it before. They made it out before, right? So I say this to say life is literally what you make it. And if your level of life stop at swimming in a pool and snorkeling in a pool, that's your level of life. Don't knock nobody else's. But for people like me, I want to see what's beyond the earth. Why? Because I'm part of the earth. So many educational things I've learned. I learned so much about shark behavior, just like we learned about snake behavior by being in the water with them. One of the things that I learned, and I'll tell you that it actually is educational, that sharks can never attack you from the top. So if you ever see one, you want to make sure that you get to the lowest point that you possibly can because they attack from the bottom. If I'm just a regular old person over there in Hawaii and a tiger shark come, I now know that. I know because I can swim. Nicole, try to go low, try to get below it. I learned that from a damn excursion. I would know this otherwise. I have toured parts of Costa Rica that led you in the part of Nicaragua where you needed to have 2 passports. You left your main passport at the hotel, at the resort. You made copies of those. Your tour guide had one. And then you had a third one on your person in case you were kidnapped or anything like that. You knew this before you took the trip. But let me tell you, swimming those natural reserves and those beautiful spa mud baths and things like that that we had to risk all of this to get to was worth it. And we're still here. I have been stung by the yellow bee. Ambulance is called. No one, now my hand is swelling up. I don't know why all this panic is even happening. We just finished rappelling and we just finished sliding across I think it was a mile across the jungles of Costa Rica on a zip line, which was scary as crap to me because, again, the height stuff is my husband's stuff. I'm rolling with you, but I ain't saying I'm liking it all that much. But you do see beautiful things if you open your eyes. I typically got my eyes closed screaming the whole time, but I open and peek and I see what's behind me and stuff like that. My husband, if you see him on a video, he having a ball. That's living. Get on the other side. A bee stings me because we go to eat and everybody freaks out. And I'm like, it's a bee sting. My hand is swelling, but why is everybody, they have to call the ambulance. Why are they calling the ambulance? People who are my family and my friends, they remember that day. I am sitting there, my hand and my arm start to swell. And when the ambulance get there, they asked me, said, did you see the bee that stung you? I said, yes, that man right there actually killed it. And he has a piece of it because he kept it. I didn't know why he was keeping it. He showed it to them. And they said, great. If this was a black bee, you would have been in real big trouble. And you may not live. And I said I looked at my husband, because now, even though it was the yellow bee or orange bee is what they called it, all of a sudden I'm hyperventilating because now I feel like I'm dying anyway. She just told me a bee could have killed me. You know what I'm saying? Like the black bee, thank God it wasn't. But I still had to get special treatment that we wouldn't have gotten in the United States. And my hands stayed swollen. Like I remember that night, my brother making a joke about my husband, because my husband was like, "You want me to stay in here with you?" And I said, "No, babe, I want you to go out and have a good time," because they didn't want me out that night because of the swelling. And my husband was down there having a good time, whatever. And my brother was like, "That's right, Slim. Hell with that hand, you know, like go in and live your best life. Go have a good time." But my hand had swelled up so bad into my arm, and it took like 2 days before it got normal again. Would I do that same excursion again? Yes, I would just know to look out for the black bee or any bees at that particular point. But my whole point is that no one went into that jungle assuming that, of course, if something is going to happen on vacation, it's going to happen to me. I done broke all kinds of stuff, and all kinds of stuff had happened. But no one actually thought that I would get stung by a bee. The ambulance, which takes forever to get to you in a jungle, has to actually triage you in the jungle to make sure that they don't have to take you to a hospital in Costa Rica to try to save your life. Not the intent of the trip, but it can happen. So I think sometimes with social media, we become so insensitive. It's the same social media that I can see somebody's son get shot and killed on video, daughter gets shot and killed on video. It goes all around social media before the family is even notified. I don't even know how that's legal in the United States. That should be illegal for sure. For sure, it should be illegal. But it happens. It's the same insensitive mindset that comes with that, for sure. Hey, Kara Shay Boo Boo. Swimming with shark lightweight. So you know, but Mikey, you're from Hawaii. Like I said, your adventure starts around 1 2 years old, and by the time you're probably 10, you've mastered every shark in the ocean and how to swim with it and all that kind of stuff. Volcanoes. My husband would do volcanoes. No lady tears want to be far away from them just in case that mofo erupt. But I'm not knocking him. We are on 2 different levels of adventure. But there are things that I will experience with him, and there are things that I've said I'll never do again. But there's things that I'll always do. You will always find me in the bottom of an ocean somewhere. I don't care of the risk of a great white shark. I just love being in the ocean. I am an excellent swimmer because my family never allowed us to be afraid of that element of water. You cheat yourself out of life walking around so afraid to do things that some of it is actually natural as long as you know how to do it. Just like that submarine imploded, you can get on a plane. Hello, the 808, everybody remember that? You can get on a plane and it can blow up. We do dangerous things every day. Getting in a car, dangerous. Speeding, I'm guilty of it. Dangerous. We cannot put a label on people's dangerous because we assume that they're just spending their money stupidly. No, billionaires just do billionaire shit. If I had 250 grand when we went on the excursion, we might have ended up in that thing. I'm just being honest. It's not something that would have frightened my husband. And honestly, it's only because of my last submarine experience that I just felt like I was dying anyway, because we went so deep, that I said to my husband, that's enough for me. I don't ever want to do that again. But I've experienced it to say I've experienced it. I experienced to say that you can come out of it very, very safe. I think my message is just because that's not your level of living, don't knock anybody else's level of living. You cannot. Good morning, Holly. Good morning, beautiful. You cannot compare what some people's level of living is, like the skydiving people. That would never be Nicole. I have to be drunk to get on a plane to fly from one place to the other. I don't think skydiving and alcohol goes well. But like I said, my husband would do it, and I'll just sit there and I'll record. I think it's amazing that people don't mind that. Hey, Dre, don't mind that.
Good morning.
Living. I think, though, it's said that we live in a state of a country where we would say things like, those rich people needed to die, or don't nobody care about rich people. That's kind of like hating, like, honestly, because your level of living is going to be based on money allows you to do things. Seriously. Like, I would love to one day fly on a private jet. My money ain't built for that right now. But I'm hopefully one day one of my friends, say, hey, Nicole, got this jet. Come take a flight. I would love to do it, but I ain't got that kind of money today. Doesn't mean that I won't ever. Do I aspire to do something like that? Absolutely. Who wouldn't? But I've also seen people do things with their children. And like going back to being raised in different countries, seeing children live in the islands compared to how don't cross the street, don't do this, don't do that. Our children will be less survivors than a child from Jamaica, than a child from Costa Rica, than a child from Nicaragua, because we don't teach them anything. We teach them that nature is scary, when part of nature is who we are. We are from those same waters, the same dust. Our bodies are made from the same natural things. If you don't believe me, try this one day. If you don't feel good and you have the ability to go to a beach and stick your feet underneath the sand and watch how you start to feel better. If you ever notice when your dog gets sick, they eat grass. We are of the earth, so we should be closer to it. And some people just naturally, I think, desire to get closer and closer. And just because it's not for me, just because skydiving is for Slim and I'm never going to jump out of a plane, doesn't mean that he shouldn't do it. And that's my main point today. I think people should understand life is what you make it. Don't limit yourself through fear. People look at us as reptile keepers and say the same things I saw regarding those people taking this trip. People would say that they knew there was mechanical issues. You ever been on a plane and the pilot comes over and say, hey, this plane is delayed because we have a mechanical issue, and still fly after they repaired the mechanical issue? You risk your life every time if that's the case. And no one is going to look at you and say, well, you was dumb because the plane crashed, knowing that plane just had a mechanical issue. There has been times that the mechanical issue that they repaired happened again, and so then they downed their plane. But you know who was on that plane when they realized it? You. Every time you step on a plane, it is taking a risk at life. Every time. That thing is made of very foam. Foam is what a plane, most of a plane is made from foam, if y'all didn't know that. Foam with metal around it. But you get on it and travel across the ocean vicariously. And no one thinks that's dangerous. It's just as dangerous. If you Google how many times a plane crashed compared to how many times a submarine imploded, you'll see which is more dangerous. So I'm
Nicole,
saying.
I get your point, but I gotta get on a plane in 2 weeks. You ain't gotta do all that.
I'm sorry. It's
I don't
just
need to be thinking about that. I don't need to think about that.
Thanks. Where you going 2 weeks? You going to Anaheim?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. I would have went, but no, I wouldn't.
We've been talking about this all year. I've been talking about it.
No, you did not say you was going to Anaheim. The only person I know is going to Anaheim is Pat. Oh, and of course the people who are already in California.
I'm too tired to argue with you.
Oh, well, excuse me. You ain't got to argue. I'm just saying.
It wasn't gonna be no argument because I said what I said.
You didn't say that you was going for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not going anywhere. It's July. I wouldn't be going anywhere, to be honest.
Obviously.
Because of the animals. Tim said they can't attack you from the oceanfront bar either. Talking about sharks. Tim is a fool. And that's another thing. Like, people get drunk and go in the ocean.
That's the dumbest thing you could do.
Right. We know that. But people, if you're on vacation, how many people in the water drunk?
I don't know, because my black ass be right there on the beach. Where I'm supposed to be. I mean, I swim pretty good. I ain't no Michael Phelps, but when I drink, I don't want to do anything because I know I'm not 100% myself.
Yeah, that's the one way to drown, even if you're a good swimmer. Facts. It's being drunk on the beach. Let me get through the chat. They say rich are more depressed and unhappy with their life than mid and lower class.
I think it depends on who you are.
I think it depends on the individual. I think what it is that people perceive that when you have money, there's no other life issues. There's a lot of things that money can't change, but there's a lot of things that money can change. And a perfect example is Magic Johnson battling HIV on a level that nobody else ever had.
But like they say, more money, more problems. I definitely believe in that.
Yeah, absolutely. But I can tell you that it believes on the individual. You give me more money, I'm good. The only problem I'm going to have is if someone don't pay my taxes. I think that comes when people praise money or worship money or think that money is in all and answer all. I know a whole lot of rich people who are very content and happy.
I was always told
I would rather have the money and figure out things. Because I'm telling you, being poor is way more depressive than not having money.
I was always told in life, if the only thing you have is money, you're just as poor as the people who don't have it.
Facts. But on the flip side, don't assume that having money makes you depressed. There's a whole lot of happy ass people. It's when you don't have it.
Oh, for sure.
You have money and nothing else. Like some people have money and no love. Some women, for example, I could be married to an NBA player right now today.
Slim ain't gonna let that happen. He wasn't gonna let that happen.
This is before Slim. I'm just saying. But he knows it. But that relationship, people never understood why I walked away from it. And they will always say, but y'all were so close.
Well,
he was never there. You know what my primary language is? It's not the money that will be left on my dresser to go hang out with my girlfriends. That's not the life I wanted. I want a life to roll with my best friend, who is my partner, like you see me and Slim. And if I got to sacrifice that for money, it's not for me. On the flip side, there's some women who can care less about seeing Slim every damn day.
You chose right.
500 grand.
You chose right. Because me and everybody in this chat got Slim's back. So if you ever think something,
we ain't even talking. What my point is we ain't talking about now. The whole reason why Slim is here is because
as soon as you said you could have had an NBA player, I was like, brother Slim, we got you, bro.
The point is, it's no, you missed it. Slim, this was.
I ain't missed the point. I'm just being annoying.
This is way before Slim. Okay, nobody come in way before him. But the whole point is that was a good relationship. I mean, that person was really, really cool. But that's not my love language. My love language is quality time and not money. And some people who you got women who prefer money, and you care less about having someone every day. They okay with having the doctor who got to go off all the time. That's not the life that I would particularly want. So I say that to say that money can definitely keep you from being depressed as well. But it all depends on what's important to you. I can tell you, if I had $1 million to travel, I would be in Bora Bora and Maldives every other month and be happy as all outdoors. Happy as my mother said, a horn church. If I had that type of lifestyle, would nothing be miserable about that? What? Nothing would be miserable about that. We all the same. We all energies, just because we don't understand their language, they all have a language. Yep. We all have a language.
I'm sorry, these gummy bears is good.
And some people's language is adventure. Like there are people like the people. Let me tell y'all what I think is adventurous, and I never would do. And y'all hear me say this, Ray. You know, I'm not sleeping outside in the woods. Slim has tried, and my what I call my old work son has tried.
You don't want to go camping?
I will go camping, but I need to be in a resort. So if you don't have,
that's not camping.
That is camping.
That's glamping.
I have plenty campgrounds that have a nice little cabin for me. I'm not sleeping outside the cabin. Hell to the no, no. That's what interesting going down in the submarine. You sleeping with the elements. Bear can come in. And
you're supposed to pitch a tent.
So some say, but you just gotta set the
and go catch your food.
Triangle. So you put your food over here, the tent over here. Look, I'll be in there. See y'all in the morning. And I need a jacuzzi up in here. I'm not getting the jacuzzi outside or the water outside at night. I'm not doing that. And then I'll see y'all at the fire. How about that? No,
you do that.
That's adventurous.
While we over here at the fire, eating whatever we catch, we're gonna be doing it. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I will be nicely placed and tucked.
Camping is fun.
You see how I really feel like that's insane to sleep outside. But I'm not going to knock the people who think it is. People do it and they do it really, really well. I know people who would do it by themselves, not even with like a partner or anything like that. It's just not Nicole Tisdale thing, but I'm not knocking.
No, that's a little different. I can't by myself. No, I can't do that.
Oh yeah. Sasha Flores. I have a girl, an old co-worker who she will travel to other countries to camp for herself. Like she goes to all those Ireland. She goes to all of those different places, and she will.
I travel by myself, but I'm not staying in the woods by myself. That's. I don't care how many guns I got. I need. No, it ain't gonna work.
Even with that, I'm not. I've seen people shoot bears, and if you don't shoot that bear,
all right, so camping. Camping. It was waking up in the middle of the night, and your heart is pounding because you don't know what's out there, but you gotta go take a shit at 3 a.m. You gotta go find you a nice tree. Boy, I'm telling you. Shout out to the Boy Scouts.
Said you should have went to Pomona.
Yeah, I know. Pomona's always my daughter's birthday weekend, so I can't make it. Thank you, Cara Shay. I'm very, very intelligent when I'm drunk. Very intelligent when I'm intoxicated.
You sound like smart drunk.
So when I'm drunk, I'm staying my black ass out the water because I ain't about to be nobody's chicken nugget. You got me for
no skydiving, but I would probably swim drunk.
I want to go skydiving. I do.
See, go ahead. I record you and Slim. Just put me down as the beneficiary, and I be yelling to Slim, "Hell, did you make sure the premiums paid?" I'm the recorder. When he first got on the I don't even know what you call it thing, kind of like the hang glide. It was hang gliding him for a long time, but then finally it kind of like brings you in. Oh my God, I had anxiety watching my husband in the air. He up there giving me the old.
I want to go hang gliding, but I feel like it takes forever to come down.
It took forever for me to watch, and my anxiety, because all I kept saying is that if he falls, he's going to hit the middle of the ocean.
You know what, Nicole? That's what we need to do. We need to do a reptile keeper camping trip. I'll be lit.
Oh, yeah, I can do it. It's like I tell them about this.
You can have your cabin.
I will do it as long as I have plush quarters, and I will only take a cruise with the usual suspects if it's on the Oasis. Any other ship is going to be beneath me.
KT, what the fuck are you talking about? KT on some other shit.
I drive semi-trucks in Dallas, Texas. Adventure for
No, his comment, he said, I'm not fucking with no woods with Freaky Jason. I'm like, what the fuck you doing, Freaky Jason?
He talking about Friday the 13th. See, Dre, you're not old enough. You don't know what Friday the 13th is.
But why he call him Freaky Jason?
Because Jason will watch. Because he will watch.
Jason Voorhees.
My family's version of a good time is getting drunk and riding four-wheelers in a creek till they are floating them out. Hey,
Sounds like a good
we got
time.
that in Costa Rica. Literally riding them through the water, drunk.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And I'm never too.
Say that again, Dre.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I'm never too good to do anything. I'm from the city, but I got a lot of family from the south. So yeah, I'm from the city, but I'll walk around barefoot if needed. Like I can adapt to pretty much anything. I'm never too good to do anything. I was a Boy Scout. We built fires. We built tents. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. So I like that statement. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, because we think and we assume that we won't die at 30. We won't die at 40. We see people do it every single day. And going back to what I said in the beginning, if that happens, if you was that person on your deathbed, looking back at your life, I want everybody to think about that. What have you done in that life? And some people think it's education. Wow, great. I'm glad you got a good education. What else?
I know some people who didn't even go to college that are way smarter than people who did go to college. So that's
I always say that.
That's irrelevant.
And then I always tell people when they go put over their credentials on a resume, I was like, you have a lot of certifications, a lot of diplomas.
You know what I think about? I'd be like, damn, you got a lot of student loans. Like it's cool. Like I commend everybody. You went to school, great. You didn't go to school, great. And they're both successful, good. But I don't just don't talk down on people. That's really all I care about. But in the long run, have fun. And then especially when you got somebody looking up to you, you got to show them what life is all about and show them experiences. Even if it's an experience that you've never experienced, do it.
Absolutely.
I'm all about.
We are, as reptile keepers, as adventurous as crap. Every time you go pull out a retic, that could injure. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, but it could very well. If that retic decide that day it want to be the apex predator it is, you are now in a dangerous situation.
I was talking to somebody who's not a snake keeper, and I was just like, if snakes acted the way that y'all thought they acted, there would be a lot more people that get harmed in the reptile world.
True. On a daily basis.
Facts. I'm not saying that they're all that every snake is friendly, but
yeah, I ain't got no problem with it. I'll even be a part of all the day-to-day festivities, but when
you want to go glamping,
go to sleep, I would even sleep in a tent inside the cabin. I'll give you the whole experience if you need it.
Well, see, so my thing is, I've been camping in an RV, I've been camping in a cabin, and I've been actual like outdoors camping. And the first two didn't give me the same experience that I got from when I was actually sleeping in a tent on the ground. And it rained the night before, so it was just like, yo, that was my first time ever seeing a black bear in person in the wild.
I'd have packed up and went home.
Like 12. For what?
I'm not sleeping outside with bears. If they,
You're not outside. You're not outside. You in a tent.
You know a bear can get in a tent? I'm
very aware of that.
Okay, so yeah, no. Bears can get in the cabin if they really want to. I need more bears.
Listen. I didn't say it was a grizzly bear. I said it was a black bear, okay?
A black bear can get in the daggone tent.
For sure, but the thing is, black bears are very frightened by most people. So once like two of us
Everybody
stood up,
say that, and how many times have I seen black bears on people's doorstep? Even recently here, we had a black bear in Virginia just sitting there chilling on somebody's deck.
What? It was like midnight.
That was looking. Black bears. The new black bears. The millennial black bears. They coming up on you.
So we had cooked salmon. One of my idiot cousins left his salmon just like out instead of putting it up. So all we did was like three of us came out of the tent. We had like some pieces of wood and we were just banging. The bear was like 50 yards from him. We were just banging, and he went the other way. That's it. Now, if he would have got any closer, then I'd have pulled out the shotgun. And I wasn't going to shoot him, but I was just going to scare him off. But,
okay, and I ain't got no problem with saying no to people. None at all. And let me tell you, I am willing to help people who help themselves. That's something I say to my daughter all the time. I ain't got no problem when you doing it and you doing your best. Like when she bought a house and I need 17. When she got that house, I need 1,700. Here you go. I'll give it to you. When you doing. But if you just want me to do what, you go have fun. Because people will call me and say, "Hey, you got $600 to help me with my rent or my mortgage, but you just went on vacation last month. You know where my black ass is was grinding here, cutting ball python eggs. But you want me to help you." No, I can say no in a heartbeat. My husband doesn't know how to say no, but he's learned to say no or ask my wife, and they know what that means. Ask my wife. Let me talk to my wife. That means no already.
Man, wait till I get a wife. I'm like, don't ask her shit. I said no.
Okay, you won't be married long.
Why?
I guarantee you that you won't be married long.
Why?
You're not because knowing that my husband is a giver, there's some people who take advantage of that. And he's not as, he ain't on social media like I am. He can't see what other people are doing. And I have to be the one like, oh, who can ask for how much? Oh, so you just going to pay the trip that person just took. Or the person just took so-and-so out to do this. They just went out. No, bro. I'm all for helping people who need help. But I'm going to make sure that you help yourself first. And you're not going to splurge with money and just come to me. It creates a cycle because, like I told him, look at the same people who hit you up.
Exactly my point. So that's why I said no.
Oh no, I'm saying no. Hell no. But I thought you were saying that you're not going to talk to your wife. You bet if it's about money, you better talk to your wife, and vice versa. Like I wouldn't just, even down to the retakes. I don't want to sell them. Right? But what's them saying? And I gotta tell y'all, when my husband, like, he don't have to get emotional. We already talked about this. You sound mistakes.
Is that your slim impression?
Saying, we already talked about
well, I can't. I'm gonna bring that up at Tinley. I'm like, oh, she did an impression.
You ain't never heard him screaming. Like, even when I wanted, think about Tinley, when I was trying to get that snake, and I'm getting everybody, please tell him, let me get the snake. Tell him, let me get the snake. Y'all never heard Slim, like, he didn't say, hell no, you ain't getting the snake, and he didn't say, hell yes. When he finally agreed, he looked at me, he said, that was my yes. And I said to Mike, her collectors at that time, let me get it right now, because I didn't want him to change his mind. Let me get it right now. My husband has a way of putting his foot down without putting his foot down. And the only reason why these retails are being sold is because the foot has been down. The only thing that he does support me on is that I won't sell them to just anybody. Like, so he gets that. Like, so he knows it's not me denying a sale because I'm trying to hold on to it. It's like, babe, no, look at this. Look at this. Like this person, not saying that people can't have one for the first time, but if you can imagine, Dre, if you're getting one for the first time, that question is going to go on for days. I'm going to need to see the setup and everything. So for most people, that's going to be a turnoff because I'm asking all these questions. But if you keep snakes, and I'm still going to ask my questions, you know what I'm saying? Like that video I did the other day, that was I did it on purpose because I get, well, how big does it get? Let me just show you. Because people see this little baby, and it's a cute little baby. But that cute little baby becomes a big baby very, very fast. And so I did that video to show people, yes, very cute. You can hold this one in your hand, and then it becomes this.
By the way, I had somebody argue with me that your babies are super dwarfs. I said, okay. I don't want to argue with you.
Look, Dre, if they were dumb people, I could raise the price on them right now. Like, if you want to roll with it.
I posted a video of the one I got from you, and I was like, that's a nice super dwarf. I said, this is a mainland. No way, that's not a main. Look how small it is. You got it, bro. I'm not about to argue with you. I go to your page, and you got 2 corn snakes co-having a 20 long. Ain't no argument.
I don't have any super dwarf blood in this house. So if it's a super dwarf, I don't know who crept in, bro.
Listen, I'm the only super dwarf up in this motherfucker. My snake's gonna be way bigger than me.
Look, if you want to claim one, I can right now, and I can add another grand on it. Just because you said it's a super dwarf, but no.
But you said the reasoning was because it's so small. I was like, oh, okay.
So it's born.
I digress. We got a
And
scientist over here.
Your baby is one of the bigger babies.
She is definitely beautiful, super laid back.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And that's where I think, honestly, I was telling somebody else, that's where another part of the value of my animals, like you can literally, those animals are handleable all the way around. Like you're not going to get a baby retic like my baby retics. Like literally, before I send them off, I kiss them.
Yeah, let me tell y'all, yo. So you already know. I'm so glad you reminded me. So look, let me tell y'all how goofy we are. So we messaging back and forth about this retic, and so she sends me the video the day before she ships it, and I'm like, I'm looking at the snake, and I was like, Nicole, are you crying?
It's the way they look at me, Dre. I swear, it's like they know when I take them out. It's like, oh, you get ready to sell me. Like it's the way they look, and you saw how she was like, look at me like my face and stuff like that. So I really do believe, but I'm lucky. The people that I have sold to so far are amazing. Like I said, Dre, I knew you was expecting to open that car and say, "What in the hell is this smart winch going?"
Look, I almost got teary-eyed. Like, is this Nicole?
I did that from the bottom of my heart. It felt so good to, first of all, for you to even want one because we know you bougie as hell about your animals.
But I told you I was gonna want one regardless. That's why I held off because I wanted another retic. But when you came on here and said you had a clutch, I was like, okay. I literally canceled an order. I had put a deposit down. I was like, you can keep the money, bro. I ain't worried about it. I canceled the order.
And there's another one that I didn't even realize was so much like her, and it has like this orange pen. I just noticed it on its tail. Like you have, out of those, I call them the bottom four. The bottom row was the eaters. You got definitely one of the best ones. You picked.
So y'all don't. This is the baby I got from Nicole. Hold on, let me stuff on here y'all need to see. This is the baby I got from Nicole. You know, I couldn't wait to get the little sunlight shot going on.
Yes, look at that. Look at their eyes. Hi, baby. Hi, baby.
But look, it was packed with love. I could. As soon as I opened the box, I was like, okay.
Did you like the packaging?
I did.
Everybody, they don't get, they get the card. Yours was way more words because it was you. But like I send the card, I send a little,
Look, I had cards, videos. I even got once I got the tracking notification and I got a notification from Nicole. She said, "Nigga, get your ass up." I was like, "Oh, okay, that's what we doing."
I can't sleep, y'all. So when I ship the snake, I'm literally watching through the different hubs overnight. So let me tell you, the cool thing about my very first customer, though, I sent him the same message. I'm like, Chris, she's there. He was like, take the picture. I'm already here. He was in the parking lot.
Man, listen.
I can't help it. So that's the good part is that I feel better about it being in a box because it was just the whole box situation for me. But now too, just like so far, my first few customers were in Ohio, which is weird.
Oh, he in Ohio too?
Yeah.
What part? I think he just followed me too.
Y'all picked up from different hubs, so I don't know if y'all in the same.
Well, I figure I just didn't know if it was in the same city or not.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot more reptile keepers probably in like Cincinnati.
Okay.
I'm in Columbus, so I'm 2 hours north. But there's quite a few of us here, but I'm always shocked when I meet a reptile keeper online and we don't know each other. It's interesting.
I'm not bougie. I'm really not. Like Dre, for real. Like bougie.
You literally just called me bougie.
You're bougie though. Dre is. Dre is. I'm not.
I'm not bougie. I'm specific. There's a difference.
Okay.
I'm specific.
But Elias, I'm far from bougie. Like, if you ever are with me, like Holly will be at the cookout Saturday. I'm the turn up one. Like, I'm the one. I'm quick walking through your cookout. Like, I'm the fun one. When it comes to sleeping and safety, I just want to be comfortable, and I just know that I can't. Like even with vacation. Vacation to me is living a life that I don't live at home. I don't have a butler at home. Shit, let's get a butler on vacation. They are available.
Right, but you got a house at home and camping. You're not supposed to have no structure, just a tent. You feel me?
That ain't happening, camping.
You're not supposed to have a stove. You're supposed to have a little fire you build.
I'm not sleeping in no tent. I don't like bugs. Don't remember that. I don't like bugs.
Have you seen some of these tents? Some of these tents is like apartments. I'm telling you.
Look, every year, I actually won. One year I did the cancer walk. I won one of their free tents, and this thing was souped up with a radio and everything. I gave that thing away for somebody else to sleep in. I'm like,
I believe it.
I'm going to the hotel. Y'all can have this. Is a nice tent. It was nice.
I mean, they even got some of the big tents that it's got different little rooms, and then it's got you can fit 12 people. I don't know about y'all, but I need some privacy. You know what I'm saying? I can't be.
When DC Young Fly and his girl and the kids camped in their backyard. That was a nice tent. It even had a window. And I ain't doing it.
Not even in your backyard?
Not even in my backyard.
That's wild.
I live not too far from water. A water snake can show up at any point. And the only space I want crawling on me is the fact that I have captive and bread. Okay. Building blanket tents in the house for kids is fun. I mean, yeah, my grandkids have tents in here. We can sleep inside all day.
Oh, you wake up at 3 in the morning with the shit.
We can put it in the middle of the bedroom floor. I'm camping.
Right.
I got a toilet. I'm good. Anyone can buy a piece of paper saying they smart to my engineers. Facts. Pike. Facts.
I'm thinking about buying my pharmacy license.
Shoot, what they say, all the nurses last year bought their licenses, right?
That was wild.
Yeah, working in the hospital.
It was crazy because my mom she's a nursing supervisor. And man, I was like, Mom, how much them degrees going for? Cause y'all got women up there and y'all paying us. That's where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? Oh. But she smacked me upside my head.
Yeah, I know.
I'm still working at the pharmacy.
Inside that goddamn cabin. Yes, a tent inside the cabin. There we go. We camping.
And I bet you, Maki, I bet you that tent gonna be name brand like Gucci, Burberry, or something.
He gotta have no name on the tent.
It's gonna at least be North Face.
Well, it gotta be quality. It gotta be quality.
Exactly.
Bass Pro, something. I haven't even been to the movies by myself. Got invited to go to PA this weekend, but I have to travel 6 hours by myself. I am doing it, but I thought you were coming with Angie and them though. So you got to drive 6 hours to get to them?
I tell you what, driving by yourself is the most peaceful thing. I do it for 10 minutes every time.
I do. I love it.
And I'm telling you what,
right music.
Man, driving is peaceful. It's fun. Of course, people call and check on me, so I'll talk to them for 10, 20. I'm like, hey, let me hit you back. No, I'm jamming right now. You know what I'm saying? And I put that bad boy back on cruise control. We good to go. But driving alone is my sanctuary right there.
Yeah, I prefer if I have to take long trips. I mean, if it's me and Slim, but if I gotta go by myself, like driving back from Florida, the right music will keep me going. And I don't have to worry about
when you want to get home.
My speeding because it's just me. Because Slim would you're not no, just let me roll 110 to where I gotta go.
Yep.
Our family went fake camping in a cabin. When I went to take out the trash, it was a black bear in a dumpster eating pizza. I ran for my life. I said, nope. And bears are if they want to get you, they can get you.
Y'all sound like a bunch of Karens right now.
Oh, whatever. Holly, when I travel alone, I call a buddy and shoot the shit on the phone so I don't get bored.
Facts.
Yeah,
sometimes it can be boring.
That's talkative friend.
But that's gonna be me in October.
Jamal can get me from one side to the other for sure.
That's gonna be me in October when I drive to Tinley. It's an easy drive, super easy drive.
I'm making sure we drive this year.
It's because honestly, it only takes 2 hours for me to get from Ohio to Indiana. Once I get to Indiana, it's a straight shot. Once you get out of all of them weird ass back roads, but other than that, it's
so
super.
jealous. We were supposed to drive last year, but then Slim played my back hurt, so we had to book a last minute flight.
Hey, as long as y'all made it safely, that's all that matters.
So I wanted to drive, but I'm kind of glad we did because remember it got so icy and cold this past one.
And then you remember I came Saturday morning, so I had to drive through that snowstorm. Man, my mom called me like, "How you doing?" I was like, "I can't see shit, man." It looked like cocaine everywhere. It was just
because I didn't forget about that.
But it was cold as hell though. goodness.
I mean, if I see someone taking my kindness as a weakness, I've shut them out. But in general, I don't say no. Got you. I say no first, and then you got to do a whole lot of explaining.
Right, like, why ain't you lead up to that?
Dissertation before my husband can release funds. I get bored driving, so I always call my granny because she's lonely and loves it. Kills two birds with one stone. Oh.
Shoot, I be driving. I turn into Nicole. It's a party up in my car.
Yeah, like I'm telling you,
people
be looking at you. Like, y'all ever see me? I just be wanting to rock in the car. Buddy out of here.
My window is tinted, so can't nobody see me. But still,
people be like, "What's wrong with the girl over there?" I'm like,
I be chilling. Shoot, I finally got me a little car mount to my dashboard, so I might even go live while I go next time.
I remember being so tired coming from Jeremy's cookout last year, and Meek Mill got me all the way through. Dreams and nightmares, CK. I'm telling you, I was rolling.
Yeah, you know, like a dreams and nightmares type of girl.
I was so tired.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished.
I thought that I stepped my out. So the funny part, if y'all have not seen us at Tinley, this is how we really act. This is weird. Like we be having fun. Nicole, no, after the auction, we're gonna link up at the bar somewhere and we're gonna come.
The auction, yes, y'all. Oh, yes. First of all, last Tinley Saturday night was one of the best. No, the one before that. What was it? March. The one
this past one was March.
The
one before that was October.
The one before, yes. Okay, so October.
And this is October, so you know it's gonna be crazy.
That one, I was like, we went to bed, and then I'm looking at the phone. I'm like, these fools over there cutting up. Y'all even had Plank over there cutting up.
Oh man, I miss GP, man.
GP should be back, hopefully. I hope.
He hit me up on Father's Day.
Even if he's not back.
But man,
I have to take myself off the trip. So Holly, I can tell you we can't. Well, PA, we can't take them. So you do with that as you may. Because let me tell y'all something. That's another thing. They need to fix some of these laws. But it's crazy because we can take them everywhere else pretty much except for PA. And then going to Tinley, we can take them all the way to Tinley, except we can't take them when we get to Illinois. So yes, check it. But I say to anybody, you look. What you want? How you want to get caught?
I'm on a don't ask, don't tell policy.
You want to get caught by the police, or you want to get caught sleeping? Actually, if you come with Angie and them, you might be good.
I'm on a don't ask, don't tell. They pull me over. You got any weapons in the car? Are you asking me?
If I had to use it, a jury of 12 would be like, I'm glad she had it.
Listen, you got any weapons in the car? I'm gonna be like, define a weapon, sir. Where did the banana come from, Nicole?
Where did I get my gun from?
Where did the banana come from?
Oh, right here. My husband had put it.
She's talking.
Yeah, still always make sure I have my coffee in my.
I don't know. I'm like, oh, okay. When she get up and go get a banana, but that's what's up.
Babe, always make sure I have my nutrition.
Who is calling me this early?
Okay.
It's too early for all that.
You have to have a permit, or they take your gun and auction it off and don't even. So our permit though doesn't work in PA. So even for Slim, who has like the Utah one, which covers all the other states, PA is one of those exceptions. So PA needs to get it together. What it is that PA over possessive police don't want nobody shooting back. I just need to make it to Kansas with it. Okay. You should be good, I think, as long as you're not going through Illinois. I think that's the only one that's going to be an issue. Yeah, because once you get to Kansas, you're good. You got the police with you. You got protection. they can legally use that guns anywhere. Long story, but the state police up here are crooks. They have an auction. I believe it, Ken. That's what I just said. I believe it. I absolutely believe that. Let's see. She just said, "Crip walking to the cookout." Hey, I'm the turn up person at the party, at the cookout. I don't come to parties if I can't party. Don't invite me if you want somebody to be cool. I come to let my hair down and be uncool. To any event that you invite me to, I'm going to cut up the entire time. I'm going to be drinking your drinks, and I'm going to be having a good time. Hey, Sean. Hey, bro. Oh, hell yeah. It's going to be a big party now. Oh, yes. Oh, Holly. It's all, you'll see. I like to have fun, honey. Fun, unadulterated fun. I'm laughing the entire time, trying to get somebody to act up with me. It's fun. And I will tell you that you driving up to Jeremy's is worth it. You're going to have there are probably some of the coolest people in this hobby. And of course we talk reptile stuff, we see animals and stuff like that too, but it's like family. It's literally like a backyard cut up with good food and drinks. Yes. Your moms keep calling me. What's your favorite species of snake and lizard? Oh, this is a good one. My favorite is the reticulated python. My favorite lizard is the Asian water monitor. What about you, Dre?
My favorite lizard is my Gila monster. My favorite snake is blood python.
Oh, blood. I thought you said a ball. I'm like, what? Why are you lying? I got it. I thought you said, I heard ball python. I'm like, lies.
What kind of drug Slim put in that banana? Because I ain't said nothing like that.
Lies. Lies. If I find out my nurse is one of those that paid for her license and didn't actually go to school, I'm unplugging myself from all machines and walking out. That's the crazy part. How many people didn't know? And how did they just finagle?
But they can tell though. Now they have a system to where they can run the license and tell if it was issued by an actual school or if it was actually bought.
But we went 2 years with these fraudulent people out there. I think I'm really driving. I'm going to drive to Tinley. Mikey, you have to come to Tinley. You have to have a Tinley experience. You will love it.
I'm excited.
You can find somebody not too far from you, Mikey, who probably want to drive too. We driving to Tinley again in October, 6 hours straight north of me. That's not too bad at all. Bosa, hey, bro.
Bosa, my guy. Ooh, Bubble Guts is brewing. You know what's in them gummy bears? Jesus.
You know what? I can't.
Oh man.
Your old ass shouldn't be eating gummy bears.
You a whole 20 years on me. Oh man. Gonna be some skid marks in this chair when I get up.
Dre, the person who said you had super dope, the same person who told me about their Uncle 14 football python.
Probably.
I know a few out of the state people getting their guns taken and sold in auction. I'm sure. That's why I said the PA police be tripping. No, I'm in Missouri, so it's easy for me, but I've never been. This would be my first time. Yeah, you gotta come.
You better make that drive. 6 hours or 8 hours. That ain't nothing.
That ain't nothing.
My
only suggestion is to make sure that you leave on Monday and not Sunday, so you can get that extra day of rest. Because Saturday is a night.
Saturday is an event within itself.
What kind of desserts do you like? I'm bringing a dessert or two. I'm not really big on desserts, and if I do, it will be something simple like a cookie. Yeah, I'm not really big on desserts. I swear I heard ball python too. Thank you.
Y'all ain't heard none of that. I said blood python. Python Brongers my.
No, I had to cancel my Tinley trip this year, but I'm coming in March.
Oh man, October. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hate missing. Now this time we're gonna miss March because we're gonna go. I think it's Pomona, Anaheim in January. Whichever one is in January, we're going
Pomona.
to that. Yeah, Pomona. So we're going to do that one instead of March Tinley next year.
Yeah, my daughter's birthday that weekend, so I'm never going to make the January Pomona show.
All right, so we're through the chat. So we're going to wrap it up. We appreciate all of you come. Remember to live a little or live a lot. No matter what, live. Because all of us are going to die and we don't know when.
Or how.
Shout out to everybody that we'll see, right, or how. We'll see this Saturday at Jeremy's. That will definitely be a good time. I forgot, Dre, you can't come because it's not a 3-hour trip. It's an 8-hour trip for you. I don't know how we messed that up the last time.
Man, listen, I got on the freeway and I typed it in.
Jeremy might be closer to you, but it's still.
It said 8 hours. I said,
yeah, but that was the Chris house. Like, so they're in 2 different directions. So Jeremy might be closer to you, but I still think.
Well, I got my daughter this weekend anyway, so.
Yeah.
I'm good.
The only dessert I will be having has olives in it. I know that's right. Cocktails. All right, y'all. Have an amazing week. See you all, of course, Wednesday, balls and things at 8. And then Thursday, Mike from Herb Collectors at 8. Friday, 5 p.m., Ray's favorite podcast, which is a good podcast, y'all, but Ray's favorite podcast. It's an inside joke between me and Ray. And then Hair Down immediately after that. And then Saturday, 1 o'clock p.m., Reptiles and Cocktails pre-recorded the first time. And then that night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 Central, is Wiz's show, which is a nice show as well. And anybody support Holly on her podcast. I think, Holly's yours Tuesday at 8, right? Or did you change the time again? So make sure you're supporting all the podcasts. And when I say, y'all, I know it's a lot of podcasts. We can't support them all at the same time. But just stop through, say hello, let that person get that view and that support, like the video, and go on to the next one that you're watching. We all have different podcasts that we like for different reasons. There are so many amazing ones out there and different content every week. So everybody's not talking about the same thing. But, pick the ones that's best for you. Oh, that's right. Tuesday, Beyond the Scales. Holly's Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. And Tuesday, Beyond the Scales, which is also a funny, good one. But, they talk about good stuff there too. So, with that being said, peace out, everybody. Everybody have an amazing Monday. Dre, have a great day. I'm going to check on some.
You as well.
See if my new ball pythons have crawled all the way out the egg after this. And if so, y'all get a snapshot of them. They're really pretty.
When you going to live on TikTok again?
I was supposed to do it the other day. Maybe I'll do it today.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do it later today.
I'm going to do it sometime this week. I need to. I've been slacking. Maybe, I don't know. Depending on how my day goes, maybe we both can probably do like a little battle or something. We'll see.
A battle?
Mm-hmm.
What we battling with?
I don't know.
You can't bump like this until you pull out the berm. Berm to berm, you got me.
It's not about the snakes. It's the actual TikTok battle. People vote and do all of this. Yeah,
okay. All right.
Girl.
All right. I gotta know what kind of battle is it. Is it a dance battle? I gotta know. I gotta play.
I mean, you lost that one too, so it don't matter.
Shit. Never.
Told y'all Nicole with no Christmas.
Where are the ball pythons? They are, it's some ball pythons on the market now, on Morph Market. So there are retics and ball pythons on Morph Market right now.
Make sure y'all inquire on Morph Market.
Yes, please. So you can give me my awesome review when you receive your package.
And Nicole went through hell trying to make sure I left her a review.
I'm serious about your experience. I will follow up with you the next morning and everything. I'll give you Audrey.
She not lying. I got a message right now from her like, so how's it going?
Yeah, check. I'll post something at least twice a week. It might be one animal at a time added. Bear with me. I gotta part my ways emotionally. Thank you, Bosa. There are animals on Morph Market, ma'am. All right, y'all. We're out of here. Everybody have an amazing day. See you, Holly, on Saturday, and everybody else who will be at Journeys. And everybody have an amazing week.
Everybody drive safe that's going, by the way.
Yeah.
Safe travels.
Don't let nobody discourage you. Keep pushing. One band, other hand, we're one community. We got to stick together. Love you all, and peace. 3, 5, 7, get loose. I want to get loose. I want to get loose. Hey!
Oh, we still live. You messing around. I thought we wasn't live no more.
I had to do my dance for KT real fast. All right, we out there.